Jason Statham is back at it again, firing thousands of bullets out from a 20-round mag. He's dodging bullets like they're polite suggestions and, of course, flattening Russians. Punches seem to bounce off him, and grenades land nearby and go, you know what, never mind. David Ayer's A Working Man 2025 is round 2 for him and Statham after The Beekeeper. It's based on Chuck Dixon's Levon Cade and co-written by Sylvester Stallone. Statham does what he does best. He's a construction guy turned commando, saving his boss's kid from Russian goons. In the trailer, we see Jason Statham saying, "So listen, today's going to be hard. Let's go home with the same amount of fingers we came with." Then, bam, full-blown crazy mode. The man starts hitting people with steel buckets. Sound familiar? You bet it does, because Statham movies follow a simple formula. Give him a job, then let him destroy everything around him while doing that job. If he's a transporter, well, we have explosions. When he's a mechanic, well, gunfights. And when he's a beekeeper, arson. And of course, actual homicide committed by bees. I mean, no one would be surprised if his next film is The Librarian, where he's gonna blow up a city block and whole of Moscow because some Russian dude stole the last copy of War and Peace. So Jason Statham plays Levon Cade, a former Black Ops operative turned construction worker. Now he's forced back into the world of violence when his boss's daughter is kidnapped. This sounds like prime Statham material, basically The Equalizer, but British and with more growling. But somehow it's kind of a mess. And then there's the cinematography. Ever watch a movie and think your screen's dirty? So basically, think of it like this. If J.J. Abrams loves lens flares, this movie loves snot. Now looks like someone sneezed on the lens and said, "Looks like we are onto something." While the movie wants to be a gritty action thriller, the plot is as tangled as a pair of headphones left in your pocket for a week. And then there's the script, co-written by Sylvester Stallone, which means we get gems of dialogue that sound like they were punched out on a typewriter in 1987 and never edited. Now, to be fair, director David Ayer insists that Jason Statham really delivers, saying he stepped up as a performer and carried the film with gravitas. He's not wrong. Jason Statham did step up, but one problem. It's like saying that the Titanic had excellent furniture. Doesn't really help when everything's sinking. Now, this is just part of a bigger problem in Hollywood right now. Studios banking on stars to save weak writing, lazy writing. But as you can see, no amount of grizzled one-liners can make up for a movie that's fundamentally broken. And if you think that's bad, just wait until Beekeeper 2 gets announced, which is soon. So Statham's chasing the guy behind the guy behind the guy. He even poses as a meth dealer, because apparently he binge-watched Breaking Bad and thought Walter White was Breaking Bad? Please, I'm bold, bald, and breaking jaws. No idea if that's legit, but who cares? Well, the final act is somewhat good. Well, you got those henchmen flying over railings, bullets defying physics. The typical 80s action stuff. Trouble is, one second it's trying to be a slow burn thriller. The next, it's like John Wick. Then you got a dude in a samurai helmet just standing there. And I'm sitting there thinking, did I switch movies? I mean, all the villains, they start as cartoon baddies. And then suddenly everyone just morphs into Marilyn Manson's backup dancers. All pouty hair, no lines. So the ordinary guy is secretly a one-man army formula used to hit hard. I mean, we've seen that in Taken, John Wick, The Equalizer. They set the bar, but Hollywood's been copy-pasting this premise so much, the ink's running dry. Remember when Stallone got Oscar nods for Rocky? When Ayer wrote Training Day and Denzel won an Oscar? Or when End of Watch actually had depth? Now they're making Statham stab Russians in a haze of fog and samurai helmets. I mean, it's not bad. It's just, this could have been so much better. This could have been a new take on vigilante justice. But no, instead, they made it a paycheck pit stop. Look, nobody watches a Statham movie for deep emotional storytelling. But even the dumbest action movie work better when we actually care about the carnage. Right now, a working man has all the right ingredients. It just stirs them together like someone making soup with a chainsaw. Who knew the working man's toughest gig was keeping us awake? Anyways, at the end of the day, a working man doesn't, do anything special. But I still liked it. And if you're still into 80s and 90s action, you'll love it too. Anyways, this was a review made by the Morbidly Obese Duck. And I'm just gonna waddle away now. Quack.